3, off we go.
You got another lap, yeah?
That's it, keep going. Well done. Right, you're going to ring about it. Give it a big ring. That's it. Offer it on a share of memo. 1, 2, 3.
The Memo project is a memorial for extinction of species from the planet, and in my particular contribution to that process is designing a bell, the hook bell, to be rung either when new species are found or a species goes extinct. So I had an idea about a sound that seemed to represent what was trying to be expressed in the project. These bells all came from the mould that is this bell here. That's a bell that I designed that I knew what the frequencies are and what were happening. Just did different things to the different parts of the bell that I know influence the sound to try to find something that seemed to acoustically represent the theme of the Memo project. This is quite a high bell. The bell that we intend to cast for the Memo project is 2 meters tall and about the same, 2.5 meters across, 9 feet, 10 feet across. So it's a huge. So the bell obviously gets much lower. We've got a drawing there of the bell, what this big bell will look like. The second part of the project was discovering that we could cast bronze into this roach stone, and all when the bronze goes in, it goes into all the holes that the fossils have left and leaves the fossil surface as if the fossils have come back to life all this 150 million years later. I've seen extinction happening just on my farm around me. It's not just something that's happening in the Amazonian rainforest. It's happening all around us. I mean, where are the swallows and the swifts today? It's something we need to pay a lot more attention to, I feel, really.
And what you do first of all is you run up the middle. Do the bowl of the R. Okay. And then
we live in an age of background noise and bling and things that are temporary, and you are genuinely living here in a place of massive historic importance, historic in a passage of time that is of course awesome, and the decisions that are taken at a moment like this are important because they set a kind of tone for the future. And the issue of the extinction of species, obviously, as those of you who saw the front page of The Guardian today will know, that the world is fast coming to the conclusion that this is the largest extinction that we can record anywhere, and it's happening now while we are alive. What has a sculpture got to do with it? Is this not a terribly trivial thing to be concentrating on at a time of such great moment? And I would say that my experience at Eden is the sculpture is actually the embodiment of a will of a group of people at a moment in time, which sends a signal way beyond the power of it itself. And if we are able to build here on Portland something that is important, that becomes a global must-see, not just in a tourist sense, but that actually it creates a sense of reverence and awe about what it is and the price of the losses that we may make. And also the terrible joke, the fact that we decided to call ourselves Homo sapiens, the wise hominid, that could turn out to be a rather cruel joke at our expense. And maybe symbols like this are exactly what we need, because we live in a fairly secular age, to concentrate our minds on actually bothering to really address issues like this, rather than to get a frisson of excitement as we read in our newspapers that things like this are happening. Because the difference between being active in trying to prevent something and passive over a glass of wine at the kitchen table and preventing something, to my shame, I am as guilty as anybody else, but I'm sure we all recognize ourselves in that picture. And I would love to think that something of global importance could be built within a mile of here that actually draws the attention of the world. And Sebastian is going to go to New York in September and talk to the IUCN, and if the United Nations are behind what he's trying to do, there are not many places in the world the United Nations is behind. They've already recognized the importance of what's here in terms of the World Heritage Site. And if we can get them to support Sebastian in making this the symbol of their concern, it is a fabulous thing that if he can then build it at the time of the Olympics, we can actually get an international focus on here that is about, obviously, the gorgeous scenery and all of that sort of stuff. But if it has a real soul underneath it, which is more than an event that lasts for 3 or 4 weeks, I think something very important could have been done on which Portland can build in the future, and for which Britain and the rest of the world will be very proud. And you could either drag your heels and they won't be lost. I just get the feeling the rhythm is absolutely perfect now to do it now. And what that requires is that a lot of people say, we want it, and they talk to lots of people. If everybody tells 2 people what a great project it is, and ask the 2 people that they talk to tell 2 others, it's amazing how quickly you'll get a sense of the importance. And the other thing I beg you to do is do not ever, ever, ever use the word if. Use the word when. I discovered at Eden that by using the word when, it only took about 3 months for people to just talk about the problems when. And when you start to use the word when, it's just a question of time before it is a reality. So thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry I've gone on a bit, but I actually think it is really important, or else I wouldn't be here. Nor would Ian, who is, one of the national treasures of science, who is the chairman of the trust. We wouldn't be here if we didn't think that his vision is massively important, and I hope you get behind it like we do. Thank you.
How's it going? Yeah, it's going well. We just had a fantastic meeting with people from the Borough Council and people from the County Council and people from the Jurassic Coast, and Ian Price, my chairman, and Tim, our principal advisor, and we had a really good meeting, and it seemed absolutely clear, that they wanted to support us, and Tim, outlined what he felt was the scale of the thing that we were trying to do. And yeah, they were absolutely behind us. Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted.
Can you get this?